Okay, we got a problem. I screwed up. I forgot to turn on the mic. All right, you know what? Let's do this again. Hold on. I'm sorry, guys. We're gonna start from the beginning. This is Aperture Gaming 011 signing in. This is Aperture Gaming 011, and I would like to welcome you all once again to BATTLEFLEET Battle Operation TITANOMACHY Day 4. Due to a unforeseen issue, personal issue that happened in Day 3, we can only finish 3 battles, which is battles 13, 14, and 15. Today we're gonna start 16. In the last Battlefield battle, we had Jada 1 2 3, Not So Sober, and Burka win the battles. Now it's time for battle 16, where we'll see Not So Sober versus Jada 1 2 3. The battle was already prepared, so I'm gonna start it again. Hold on. And also, hello Hugin, welcome to the stream, buddy. Welcome. How are you doing? Anyway, so how are you guys doing today? Did you guys see anything interesting? Or if you're in a different time zone and the sun is just rising, what are you planning to do today? What do you mean typical, Sunny? Battle is ready once again. It's on the left side. I don't think we saw this one. No, I don't think. Yeah, we didn't see this one. Hold on, let me check. Oh, please no, please no. Oh, we did. What the hell? This is not recorded? Ugh. Alright, it would seem that the battle wasn't recorded. So yeah. This battle was already done. Already off to a great start, isn't it? And it seems like Jada 1 2 3 has won. On of sleep is 3 p.m. All right, which means it's time for winners bracket round 3. Starting for battle 17, Aperture Gaming 0-1 versus Hugin, and battle 18, WTSV versus Cart 324. We're gonna start with battle 17, Aperture Gaming 0-1 versus Hugin. Please stand by as we prepare to battle. I'm gonna lose anyway, but I expect to lose anyway, so. Still loading. So what's up, guys? Still loading. Ah, it loaded. Just loaded the ships. Alright, does it usually spawn this far? Alright, the battle is ready. Let me crank up a song. Alright, the battle is ready, and ready is the battle. And on the right side, left side, we have Average Gaming 0-1s, Cyclops class Titan. And on the right side, we have Hugin's BFG. What's the next tournament you're planning? I have two, but I want to try to focus on the custom campaign for a while. Battle begins in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Begin. The microphone. Like press the key. Battle has begun. And it seems that I'm surprised the BFG is so much faster. Maybe because it's lighter. I don't know. Cyclops class. The Cyclops is chugging along. It will seem that BFG is gonna approach his enemy first. Just pointless. Cyclops is moving to engage. Okay, we confirmed that the Cyclops is the first to fire, but BFG, which is starting to aim his gun, has to also fire his first main gun volley. The Cyclops has yet to fire his main guns, and which finally did. Shells are being exchanged. Hello, Rippa Pingu. Welcome to the stream, buddy. Welcome. How are you doing? Shells are incoming, and two direct hits. One direct hits, and which knocks out three of the secondary guns. However, the BFG is not far off on the damage, as those shells impact the BFG. BFG takes more damage than the Cyclops, it seems. Assessing the damage, it would seem that much of the cram Tetris has been damaged to the point that even the keel has taken damage. The BFG fires yet another volley. Cyclops has also fired another volley, but it seems that one of his main guns is malfunctioning, and indeed it is. Shell ricochets and it destroys and completely cripples turret 2, and also destroys more of the secondary guns on the port side. There's a subtle lag spike as the shell impacts the BFG. BFG is at 95.6%, but Cyclops is at 96.9%. This is a very close battle. It actually hits one of the cram cannons. That means 1/3 of the BFG's firepower is disabled. Meanwhile, the BFG, seeing that it has reached minimum distance from his enemy, it started to back away. The BFG retaliates with his remaining weaponry, which is actually quite a lot. The Cyclops retaliates too, with a little bit erratic fire rate. 2 direct impacts, one on the broadside, one, another one completely crippling the secondaries. The internals are now starting to be exposed. The BFG is completely, the waist turning starting to get awkward. Actually, no, it's not. Hey, Exabyte, welcome to the stream, buddy. Welcome. How are you doing? You can't hear anything? The Cyclops fires aft cannons, which I've been waiting for a long time. How can you not hear me, Exabyte? There seems to be detonation in one of the another one of the cannons of BFG. Hey, Sideward, welcome to the stream, buddy. Welcome. I don't know. We got a new guy here. Why don't you guys say hello? That shell will be impacting the broadside. Ooh, that's big hits. The internals are exposed once again. The Cyclops' armor is kind of lackluster. But keep in mind, the BFG, while the Cyclops' hull is being broken off, the Cyclops, 2/3 of the Cyclops, 2/3 of the Hugin's main guns are crippled. There's only one gun remaining, and judging, and the Hugin's propulsion system has been completely destroyed. It cannot move at all. Oh, you fall Sarah. I'm sorry. Hey, Cyber, welcome back. Cyclops armor is kind of lackluster. 10 meters of armor. In your standards, maybe. The BFG is getting pummeled by the remaining weapons of the Cyclops. Since the Cyclops cannot turn to face his enemy anymore, this is unprecedented disaster for the BFG, as more shells rain down on it. Oh, okay. Let's assess the damage of Cyclops. Gun's gone. There is one gun remaining, but it just can't aim at the enemy. Well, it is trying to turn. Well, you can see his angle. It is functioning, but it just can't aim at it because of the angling. Restart? Why? Oh, restart the computer. Yeah. Try that. You know each other? Bingo. BFG is at 86.4 for example. Cyclops is 93.2. I guess the BFG is too shallow. Closer to a round ship would help with arm. I guess. More shells going to the Cyclops. That's just time from aft. See, the Cyclops is trying to move away and throw another broadside, port broadside. However, it's just starting to hit the broadside and not the firing piece, which is the most important component of a crown cannon. I've noticed that the bow of the BFG is unscathed, which like this part of the ship has the most amount of armor. Hey, average. Hey, I'm doing fine, Exabyte. I'm doing fine. Also, your people to armor will be nearly useless in the tournament. I'm very surprised of Aperture. He actually managed to progress really far into his own tournament. In my tournament, if VFG upside down is the right way up. As you can see by the cannon, it is right way up. It's not upside down. Bingo, you're not gonna survive in Operation Western Winds. The gun. There used to be 3 guns, 1, 2, and 3, but something exploded in here, and 2 of his guns are gone, and his propulsion systems are gone. Look, in Western Winds, your primary material must be wood. And metal is only limited to 1 layer in your broadside. That's it. Oh, the BFG did fire, but in a completely random direction. Yeah, there are more tourneys. I have 2 serious tourneys planned. 2 more serious tourneys in plan. I'm 1 joke tournament. Cyclops is just pummeling the BFG without any trouble whatsoever. However, the Cyclops may have to be careful as soon as he reaches this point of the water, because at that point the BFG will be able to retaliate with his remaining weapon. That's if the Cyclops decides that it is the right time to hit the remaining gun. Western Winds, 1400 to 1800. That's the theme. Pseudo Age of Sail, because like the way how sails work is so wonky. It's just like it just looks like a sailboat, but there's a simple steam engine that's gonna allow a very tiny steam engine to propel it. Hey, Noob Reels Gaming, welcome to stream. Welcome. How you doing? The reason I'm streaming early is because like I've noticed every time I stream at my usual time, I'm kind of like exhausted because I'm digesting my dinner because I also cooked it and kind of spent some energy on it. So maybe that's why I feel like unmotivated. So I'm trying to compensate. I'm streaming this early. What time is it where you guys live? Seems that both ships are out of range right now, but as soon as the Cyclops enters range, there might be a chance the BFG will be able to fire at the Cyclops. Oh, it's 2 p.m. where you live? It's 5 p.m. I see. Where do you live, Exabyte? East Coast Australia. Exabyte's Australian like me. What time is it for you? It's 3:42 p.m. South Korea. Assessing damage on the Cyclops. Yeah, holy crap. I'm surprised. Much of turret 1's half of turret 1 is chopped, is destroyed, but is still able to function. I've seen it fire. Turret 2 is completely inoperable. I'm not sure if this barrel can fire. And the starboard side, nearly half of the secondary guns are destroyed. What did I miss? No, nothing. If this idea works, I get a build for Operation Midway. Okay, it started firing, but the BFG is not firing yet. The Cyclops has begun opening fire with his remaining weaponry, and the internal is exposed. That it's the damage area is exposed to processing cards and a armored barbette. Overall, there's a lot of holes. The engine is damaged. The auxiliary engine has been damaged. I'm surprised it's still able to float at this point. The BFG is still able to fire, but that shell narrowly misses. When a country to the other side of the equator has closer time and friends, what do you mean? What idea? Who built these two? Cyclops was built by Aperture Gaming 0-1, and BFG was built by Hugin. Aperture ship is supposed to be a filler, but I'm surprised his ship is working well. This shell actually might hit Cyclops. Oh, I see. Shell incoming actually impacts superstructure and it detonates. Massive explosion. The entire command structure is gone in a single moment. However, there doesn't seem to be any minor damage, except for the fact that there was a detection. There was a rangefinder here. That means that there's a chance that the ship will start to aim a little bit more erratically. The Cyclops is going to have to move away as fast as possible. But assuming the BFG has already fired a shot, it's starting to hit the prow now, I think. Each of the shells of the BFG is absolutely devastating. That shell lands on the smokestack. But fortunately for the Cyclops, the smokestack is just has nothing in it, and this counts as minor damage, I think. Except for the fact that the ship would have half its crew there, so that's fine. So interference plus 40. Ow. The Cyclops has started to fire more erratically, mostly probably due to the damage the BFG has dealt on it. This shell missed, but the shell miss actually hit the keel. Actually hit a few of the but unfortunately the prow has nothing significant in it, so it should be fine for now. So far, the damage of the Cyclops is starting to rack up. In fact, I think it's just me. Is this Cyclops about to run out of materials? All AI has been Windows supercharger piloting. Really? The Cyclops is sinking. Oh no! The Cyclops is out of materials. Another direct hit on the Cyclops. Much of the whole... The detonation actually managed to make the Cyclops float? Huh? Never mind, it started to sink again. It's out of fuel. It's out of... The Cyclops has started a rack of disqualification points. I don't know, it sounds normal. Okay, that's one disadvantage of the Cyclops. It can't sustain in a long duration combat. 27 mild tech penetration, flooding secondary damage. Oh, the ultimate abra. 7 seconds remaining until the Cyclops is disqualified. Meanwhile, there is 4 minutes 20 seconds left in the battle. Blaze it. And just like that, the Cyclops has been disqualified. With 4 minutes 11 seconds left, the VFG, with majority of his weapon system damage, snatches victory from the jaws of defeat. Congratulations, Hugin. You advanced to you advanced to the semifinals. Mission failed. Restart. This is a kind of joke that I'm too boomer to understand. All right, Hugin, you win this one. Well, unfortunately, Average Game 0-1 falls to lose round 4 where he'll be fighting J-Dog 123. I know. Now it's time for Battle 18. WTSB versus Cart 324 and Battle 18. Now please stand by as I prepare the next battle. No, I don't, but they do. Should I get the game? I don't know. Good fight. I assumed that cram shells will fly over my armor, but that hit so well. So Hugin, what happened at the middle gun? Was it a big explosion? Was there what most of the ammunition was? Okay. So why did you get it? Got any ordnance for Operation Midway? Yes, they do. The rules are almost done. There's just one more rule I need to refine, and it should be ready. So then I'll be able to set the deadline. Yeah. Is the music too loud? Now it's sitting on my desktop, not being able to use it until it's upgraded a lot. I don't see a minimum ordnance point counter. I mean, if you can use a minimum... I mean, what's the point? If you don't have any add any ordnance, it's gonna be any loss. I mean, if you're confident in an aircraft just destroying enemy fleets with machine autocannons, then sure, go ahead. Midway, I have no idea. I haven't decided. BATTLEFLEET. Alright, what are they planning to do? I don't know why, but might want to check this out. As soon as the battle is ready, but hey, Cart, I don't know why there's a nuclear explosion in the middle of the battlefield. Can someone explain why this is happening? Good afternoon. Are you going to make a bunch of machine guns or something, Pingu? That worries me. The maximum caliber for machine aircraft APS guns is. But hold on, let me look at the rules. 50 millimeters. So I'm not sure if you can do anything significant with that caliber, but hey. Alright, anyway, the battle is ready. On the left side, we have WTSB's TITANOMACHY. On the right side, we have Kart 324's CNV Kungan class Titan. Battle shall begin. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Begin. And just like that, with the nuclear explosion, the battle begins. 안녕하세요, 태열님. 방송 시간 회원입니다. There is max material. There is plan to wait max holding materials. I am planning to add that. Both Titans are experiencing speed. It seems that the Kumgang is going to first to fire since the APS guns are fast. I don't see any significant damage being dealt on the TITANOMACHY, although it started to take damage. The TITANOMACHY begins to open fire. I'm planning to add that. Wait, what? What do you mean? Oh, ship cost? No. You're gonna have to make do with the pool of resources. Tell you what, the Kumgang is avoiding all the cram shells, but since the way the TITANOMAChy fires, it will be able to correct the shots properly. We see our first hit on the TITANOMAChy, but nothing significant so far. Yeah, another hit, nothing significant. A third hit actually does significant, considerable damage on a superstructure. In fact, it actually cored the ship. Wow. It cored the ship, but nothing significant has been revealed. Although a few secondary guns have their Tetrises damaged. TITANOMAChy 98.1%, while Kumgang is 96%. Both sides are dead close to each other. Kumgang is at 92.9%. However, all of his main guns are still functioning for now, but it might change. Meanwhile, the TITANOMAChy is sinking? No, it's just really low. These are all the holes on the hull. More shells coming. It's starting to hit dangerously close to where the main guns barbets are. But unfortunately, it will seem that turret 3 actually, in fact, has been destroyed. Turret 4 might share the same fate as one of the barrels guns is chopped off. Turret 5 goes down. All that's remaining is three turrets on the Kumgang, while TITANOMAChy, three of TITANOMAChy's guns have been destroyed, but turret 4 of the TITANOMAChy is still functional, even despite most of his components gone. What does 250 mean? Yeah, another secondary gets chopped off. The frac shaves out more of the ship, but the Kumgang is at already at 80.9% for all the essential parts destroyed. Won't an ammo detonation always like result in the destruction of a ship usually? The Kumgang is doing whatever it can to retaliate against TITANOMAChy. The TITANOMAChy. Hey Cyborg, TITANOMAChy looks like a pretty solid crime ship. It is absolutely steamrolling through to the competition right now. Confirmed hit on turret 5. One of the main turrets has been destroyed. All that remains is his bow mounted turret, the main turret. If that is gone, the majority of firepower, 90% of the firepower of the Kumgang will be confirmed destroyed. However, there's still secondaries, although I'm not sure if you can do anything significant. Most of the shells start to miss with distance. 400 aft deck extended penetration. Main guns destroy. Let's see what's actually okay. More shells coming to Kumgang. We'll see the Tewas later. The Kumgang is trying to retaliate with his remaining guns and manage to turn his broadside. Meanwhile, seeing the Tewas, it is sinking a little bit, but not as significant so far. Yeah, a bit of metal fell off. Everything falls off in battles, let's be honest. Come on. Oh, in fact, like the app section, it looks like the app section of the Kumgang is about to fall off. With only a few blocks holding it together. More shells hit the superstructure. Something devastating must have happened, and the engine has been confirmed. The engine is damaged. The funnel, the smokestack falls off. However, his main guns are still holding fine for now. Kumgang is 70.8% damage. Bit of fell off. Yeah, that happens every 2 milliseconds. The shells barely miss, but one hits. Actually, it misses. I think it ricocheted. I don't know what happened. Shell confirmed hit, but nothing significant on that one. Surprisingly, nothing significant. Shell ricochets, and it falls barely just close to the water. Surprised those shells can ricochet. Tewas is 92.3%, but it doesn't mean anything. That's gonna got 70.1%. I'm pretty sure ricochets. Do ricochets in this game actually damage anything? Shell hit dangerously close to turret 2. Turret 2 is destroyed. There's only one turret, main turret left for the Kumgang. Kumgang 65.9%. This might be it for Kumgang. Do they? Those shells barely miss, but this one barely misses. This one misses too. That one hits the keel. Mid-take formation ammo detonation main gun destroy. Tewas 1.8% is a hell of a. The Tewas is a trooper of a ship. I mean, I could be an asshole and just repair this ship, but nah. And just like that, the last main turret of the Kumgang is destroyed. This entire main armament is destroyed. All that's left is secondaries, but I don't see it active at all. The only turret that the only turret that I see active is this turret, but we don't know. But we'll have to see further. This is where I thought it looked like UAD shit. Does it? Yeah, it does. It looks like Wyoming. Like I gave the ship a nickname. I gave the Kumgang a nickname if they the Wyoming class dreadnought, but it was outsourced to the French. The secondary gun's direct clone UAD 16-inch Sherman gun. Is it? Honestly, it looks more like the main gun of a Cleveland class cruiser. I haven't seen it fire yet since you know, this broadsides. What's this song? I love it. A little thin, but otherwise same. 180 half damage, extended penetration. Oh, it seems that the Teiwas is actually sinking. Teiwas has racked up 5, 6, 7, 8. If the Kumgang can manage to hold on a little bit longer, the Teiwas might actually sink. Might actually be disqualified. The guns are starting to become a little bit more inaccurate. 18, 19, 20. The shells are firing. I'm not sure if they're actually correcting for its trajectory underwater. Teiwa 28, 28, 9, and 30. And just like that, the Teiwas has been eliminated. At the very brink of defeat, CMD Kumgang takes a lucky shot. Something happened to Teiwas, perhaps a lucky shot, and the Teiwas actually starts to sink to the bottom of the sea and disqualified. With 56.7% health remaining, the CMD Kumgang has snatched victory from the jaws of ultimate defeat and advances to the semifinals. Unfortunately, Jade WTSB, due to probably a lucky hit, will fall to the losers bracket round 4, where he'll be fighting Burka in Battle 20. Let us show that. Let us show it. Today is filled with surprises. And congratulations, card 324. How does it feel to win? I know you're here. What is banned in this tournament? That's deck armor. Here's what happened, for those who don't understand. I don't know what happened, but I think a lucky shot. Oh, I think I know what happened. Torpedoes. The Kumgang had torpedoes. All right. Anyway, now it's time for Battle 19. Aperture Gaming 011 versus J-Dog 123. Now, please stand by as I prepare for the next battle. Somebody's gonna have to draw illustration, a comic about this. Come on. I'm pretty sure something similar happened in real life. Now please stand by, as I'm gonna need to go to the toilet, guys. I'll be right back. Alright guys, I'll wait until that breaks over. All the other being multiple times, the torpedo's been 25-14. Our torpedo, oh okay, that makes sense. I'm pretty sure they're the largest ordnance a navy has. Is it? Is it? I'm lowering the battle. Okay, never mind. Shells are more devastating, but torpedoes hit where it hurts. Yeah, not so super. There's another nuclear explosion there for some reason. All right, battle is ready. And check it out. There's a nuclear explosion right next to Cycloptus because Object Gaming 011 Cycloptus is on the left side, and at the other side of the battle we have J-Dog 123's Tillman 4 Tac 2 Turret Boogaloo. Both cram spammers, but Cycloptus with a mix of APS TIF. The battle shall begin in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Begin. With the start of a nuclear explosion, the battle begins. I think it has a flare to signal start. Yeah, that makes sense. Both ships are slow. It's gonna take some time for them to reach the battle, to reach firing range. But it seems that the Cycloptus has a lower resource count as usual. The Cycloptus is in a clear disadvantage here. If those resources run out, it will be considered. It will start to sink. Well, since this is already too late, Aperture won't be able to fix that, so he's gonna have to hope for the best. Oh, it seems that the Tillman is actually a little bit faster. Both have a low acceleration, but Tillman has a higher top speed, it seems. We technically do have flare missiles, but they're so underwhelming. So, it seems that the Tillman will be the first to fire. Keep in mind, Tillman has more guns per turret, so he could be at a more firepower advantage. Now, what would the Cycloptus have? Accuracy? Shells confirm hit, massive damage. Damage spotted. More shells incoming. More secondary guns are being hit, but all the main guns are functioning for now. The Tillman has started taking hits, but the damage is very minor. Cyclops doesn't build my Aperture. Oh dear. Turret 1 is destroyed. One of the guns in turret 1 is not functioning. And just like that, like 70% of the secondary guns on the starboard side is destroyed. The Cyclops sprays another volley, but the Tillman does the same too. Both sides will receive terrible damage. It will see that Tillman actually missed. Yeah, they missed. Not just a few hits, but it seems that the shell was able to correct itself. Cyclops takes even more damage. Tillman has also taken more damage. Cyclops is not in a good shape right now. Meanwhile, taking a look at the Tillman, no, barely any significant damage. Cyclops is in a severe disadvantage right now. More shells incoming from the Cyclops. See, the Cyclops have a higher rate of fire, or maybe I don't know. Oh dear. So some of the guns on turret 3 has been destroyed, but it's still enough to function properly. More shells coming from the Tillman hit the Cyclops. Actually starts coring out parts of the keel now. More hits. But the main guns, turret 5 has been completely destroyed. It is not going to be able to aim anytime soon. For those who curious what this song is, it's called the last stand from the game Destiny to Taken King. Oh, by the way, Pingu. Crimes are banned in Operation Midway. Don't try it. What did you do? How big is that plane? The Cyclops takes more damage. I think one of the resource nodes has been destroyed. The Cyclops seems to be starting to fire erratically now, I think. Much of the firepower on the Cyclops is not good. The port side is completely fine. Look from this side, the ship looks kind of fine, but look at this side. Tillman is 95.1%, while Cyclops is at 91%. Secondaries can't do anything against this behemoth. We have something against missiles, buddy, because missiles are gonna be pretty common in Operation Midway. This era is 1953 and 1979. More shells hit. Turret 2 has been completely destroyed. I think its crime tetris is exposed. I think this barrel can still fire. I don't know. Rudder is fine. It would seem that turret 3 is completely inoperable, but for some reason the Cyclops is still trying to aim for that part. Tengu, send me the design through DM, please. I need to see if more shells fired is going to be a devastating hit. However, the Cyclops retaliates somehow. That shell hits the bow. More, I guess, insignificant hits. Oh, the Tillman. Okay, with the complete destruction of Turret 3's barbette, the Tillman has health suddenly dropped to 87.2%. It's actually pretty close, but the majority of weapons of the Tillman are functional, unlike the Cyclops, which is in a very sorry state. However, for some reason, like, the Cyclops keeps hitting this part of the Tillman, probably because it has a lot of weapons. Wait on this. Alright, let me try to recap what's happening. Cyclops is in a pretty sorry state. Tillman lost one of his turrets, while the Cyclops lost 2 turrets. It seems that the Tillman is starting to fire a little more erratically now. It's starting to hit more evenly. More shells started to hit. More sounds like container got hit. The main engine is inoperational, but it's still somehow afloat for all the remaining fuel engines. Tillman is not having any of it, while Cyclops is having a very bad time. 12 minutes 25 seconds left in the battle. Okay, that shell actually hits near turret 1, but due to the mirage caused by the heat of the gun, I can't kind of see the damage on the Tillman. Cyclops has gotten below 80% health. It is got 76.5% health. Tillman is still steady 85.4. A few of the barrels on the Tillman has been Tillman's turret 2 has been knocked off. Hey, there you go. Welcome to the stream, buddy. Welcome. How you doing? I don't know. The Cyclops is listing stern side. Seems that a lot of the propellers holding it up is damaged there. Both ships started to fire erratically now. However, turret 1, which is mostly undamaged, is able to fire without any problems. More hits on a Cyclops, but is mostly the insignificant parts. Oh dear, the ammunition one of the ammunition stocks of the Cyclops is exposed. If a lucky shell hits there and destroys heavy armor, the Cyclops might as well be called toast. 10 minutes 39 seconds left in the battle. Pingu, send me the gun, okay? I need to check if it's okay. And if it's not, doing any exploiting. Let's check this. Let's focus on the Tillman. Unfortunately, that's like shell miss. The Cyclops actually took a terrible damage. Well, I need to check what's happening. It actually destroyed completely. Health below 80, and the Cyclops was actually confirmed sinking and is confirmed destroyed. Captain was on about the ship as a Titan, as a behemoth of a Titan slowly sinks to the bottom of the ocean, as the case. And just like that, the battle is over. 9 minutes 52 seconds left in the battle. J-Dog 123's Tillman 4 Tac 2 turret Boogaloo Advance has won handily against the mighty Cyclops class Titan. Congratulations, J-Dog 123. You advance to losers bracket round 4. Unfortunately, Average Gaming 0-1 will be eliminated from the tournament. It was a valiant battle. I'm not angry. I honestly expect my ship to be eliminated early on, but I'm surprised my ship was able to, you know, go end up this far in the tournament. So congratulations, J-Dog. I know you're not here, but how does it feel to win? Let's do this. If this happens again, I'm putting more sensors in the final straw. But weren't you eliminated? It scores. And there you go. Jada 123 advance to lose round 5. Now it's time for Battle 20. WTSB versus Burka. Whoever wins here will be fighting J-Dog 123 on loser bracket round 5. If WTSB wins, it will be J-Dog will have his revenge match against WTSB since WTSB actually won against him in battle 9. But if Burka wins, it's going to be a true battle between APS versus Cram. Who shall have a chance to fight the mighty J-Dog 123? Mark it in progress. Now please stand by and prepare for the battle. But the thing is, that's an interesting idea, Exploit. But won't that take too long? Have you considered like the time it takes? And also, in order for the tournament to work, every participant must be online at the same time, which is impossible due to 1, time zones, 2, personal matters. But there is a way around that, though. By sending like pre-upgraded ships, pre-upgraded ships. Alright, it's gonna take a long time to load. Constant contact and long periods between matches will be required. Exactly. And if you have pre-made upgrades like you said, alter force comparisons between turret battles, but require all designs to use a tournament to be inspected before a tournament starts. Yeah, it's gonna be a very long inspection, and it's gonna. If that's the case, then I'm gonna have to. I could like follow the system that Menteeve does and do 1 battle per day. That could be the best option. I don't know, but I have a similar idea. Battlefleet battle, but you're not allowed to submit anything until the day of the tournament. You will have 2 hours to build something, and you have to make it into a fleet and then send it to me. That's an idea. Yeah, exactly. Well, and also, like, I don't know about you, but I usually build a ship in around an hour. I usually build a cruiser in like an hour and a half. So maybe, yeah. Exactly, best of 3, which I'm not sure if it's gonna be possible here. Anyway, the battle is ready because we have WTSB's Tewas on the left and Kairos by Burka on the right. Let's make it 5 hours. 5 hours to make a ship. Really? 5 hours? That's really long. Wait too long. They pull a UAD and you only get 2 sign a ship. So it's actually prefab only. Alright. Battle begins in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold on. 1. Begin. Battle begins. According to Burka, Kairos, although he looks really slow to start, apparently he starts to speed up as soon as he's within firing range. Yeah, I know. That's what I really want to do, Exabyte. Like, Tewas so far has speed advantage for now, but I don't know. But maybe Kairos might have the range advantage and this overall. No. Tewas has the DPS, constant DPS advantage, while Kairos has a burst damage advantage. So since the Kairos compared to Tewas has direct input feeder APS guns, so once it fires is a massive amount of volleys. Am I recording like 300 guns on this thing? And the Kairos fires his first volleys. Tewas has yet to retaliate. The turrets have turned and will be firing very soon. But let's see what's gonna happen. Confirmed hits on the Tewas. Tewas 98.7% now. More shells incoming. However, the Tewas has retaliated with his cram shower. The Tewas at 97.2% damage. That's actually not surprisingly not a lot. Well, not much as I expected. Torpedoes have launched from the Kairos as well, but it's not going to do much. Well, it seems that the Kairos is still firing. Some of his guns aren't. Actually, it's still very fine and dandy for now. Tewas at 94.6 is still going down from all the damage. Tewas at 90.7% hit to health just from that single salvo. Can it count all of that in one salvo anyway? I don't see the. Okay, they're still firing. Turret 3 is destroyed. Turret 3 is confirmed destroyed. Kairos hasn't taken any hits so far, but that might change. I see a shell about to hit it, but no, but that one doesn't. Hey, Cavalier, welcome to the stream, buddy. Welcome. How are you doing? We have confirmed hit on the Kairos, 99.3% damage. But that's actually not surprising, not a lot. He apparently did a breadboard. Like that thing is due to a breadboard. If it detects shells, so apparently according to Kairos, if it detects shells coming away, the turret will immediately face backwards to protect the firing pieces. But I'm not sure if that's effective anyway. There's this massive hit on one of the turrets. Many of the guns on this turret is Kairos. Many of the guns on this turret is damaged. Yet another massive hit. I think that's actually friendly fire. This turret is these two turrets have been seriously damaged. Kairos 97%, while Tewa's at 89.3%. More shell volleys incoming. Unfortunately, these will miss. Oh, that's a shame. $50 minutes, 51 seconds left in the battle. That shell misses. In fact, all of the shells fired for the Tewas misses, but that, keep in mind that's not the end. The Tewas has yet to fire even more salvos. We've confirmed that the Kairos has fired another volley, but it's just from one turret, it seems. Seems that these shells will actually hit. Some of them will hit. But unfortunately, since the part that I was aiming for was mostly underwater, most of the shells ricochet. Torpedoes are incoming. Hits. Another confirmed hit. That one actually caused a lot of lag. Must have something important must have hit or something. More shells incoming. Confirmed hits. In fact, turret 1 has been chopped off just like that, reducing Tewa's health to 86%. Let's see that damage on the Kairos. Kairos is constantly still firing more shells. Oh, in fact, the Kairos at 89.8% because one of the turrets has been knocked off. It was this turret, if I believe. Complete the gun, maybe. It can destroy 3.9 buildings. What the fuck does it fire? What does? Just give me the gun. Okay, I gotta check if it's okay. Oh, pure genetic. Okay, that actually sounds scary. Kairos is, despite many of the guns that the Kairos damage, it is still able to able to bring the pain to the Tewas. Nevertheless, hey, Avatar, what are the rules for midway? I'll send you the link later. Hold on. Torpedoes hit the undamaged side of the Tewas, but they're minimum damage. More shells hit the more HE frag. I was called HE frag hit. Tewas at 82.4% health. It's still not considered sinking just yet. And also, Pingu, to keep your designs secure, try not to share your designs, okay, to other people. But since I'm the host, I need to check if it's okay. Yeah, it is. Heat. Which may be impossible, and I must try. It seems that the tail has started to fire erratically. Maybe its detection systems are gone. Much of the main weaponry of the Tewas has been destroyed. In fact, there's only one gun remaining. Yeah, you're not allowed to check other people's guns. There's only one there was only one exception, but that was during a previous tournament. It was 81.3% constant damage. If it goes down below 70%, it might be counted as sinking. However, health below 80 and it's been confirmed sinking. The Tewas, it's gonna have to somehow find its way back up, just like before, or else it'll be considered sinking. Health 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. And just like that, the Tewas has been confirmed sinking. The captain has ordered to abandon the ship because lag. The captain has ordered to abandon ship, and with 11 minutes 27 seconds remaining, that means Tewas will be confirmed defeated, and the Kairos, despite all of this damage received, will be advancing to the losers round 5. Congratulations, Burka, you advanced to that level, which means unfortunately WTSP, as valiant as her effort was, as many victories you have achieved so far, you are eliminated from the tournament. Why? Thanks about why. Alright, now it's time to advance to the losers round 5. It's now time to see Battle 21. J-Dog 123 versus Burka. After that, we will go back up to the semifinals where we will see the battle between Hugin and Heart 324. And then we'll see whoever loses that semifinals will be going down to the losers round 6. We'll be fighting whoever wins loses round 5. After that, it's time for the grand finals. Please stand by as we prepare for the next battle. J-Dog 123 versus Kairos. Okay, to get the batch is loading. Don't mind the lag. Are we doing all the fighting today? Hopefully. There's only 4 battles left. Actually, no. 1, 2. Yeah, there's 4 battles left. Hopefully, we'll be able to finish by today. Oh, the battle's ready. Alright, the battle is ready. And ready is the battle. Because on the left side, we have J-Dog 123's Tillman 4 Tag 2, Dirt Boogaloo. And his opponent on the right side is the all-time legend, Burka's Kairos. Will it be who shall win this battle? The veteran of Battlefleet Battle, who has been constantly battling to the teeth to get that trophy, Battlefleet Battle trophy, or the new underdog who just who just entered his first Battlefleet battle with a monster of AP, a monster of shit. The battle between Crams and APS. This is the epitome. Not exactly, but hey. Battle begins in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Begin. Both ships are slow as the battle begins. Hopefully Burko will be able to speed up as soon as they start enters firing range. Kairos is turning more faster into Tillman. Oh, yeah, I won't be able to exploit the turret too much. Also, alright, it seems that Kairos has reached broadside first. Both ships have turned the same direction. See, Kairos made the first to fire the shots. Is this just me, or do I see mimic glitches? Glitches I'll find in a mimic. Only one per plane. That's a lot of planes. What depends? It all depends on what kind of carrier he's gonna build for it. If he's gonna put those planes in a capital carrier, it might mean business. But yeah, I don't know how he's gonna fight against missiles, but sure, I'll look for a bit. It will seem that the Kairos fires first. The Tillman is aiming has also began return fire. Confirmed hits on the Tillman 99.2%. It has gone below 99%. One of its actually both of its conning towers are destroyed. Who's the command structure? Yep. And unfortunately, it will seem that actually no, yeah. So some of the shells actually hit. I think. Unfortunately, most of the shells of the Tillman have missed. Although one might hit. Yeah, one hit. Kairos is 97.2%, while Tillman is 96.9%. Nice, but. Yeah, currently both sides are evenly matched. The Kairos it seems that the Kairos has almost spent fire its entire first volley. It's going to take a long time for it to reload. Oh, in fact, one of the turrets of the Kairos has been destroyed. As you can see over here, is this turret again. You see, the majority of the firepower of the quite amount of firepower of the Tillman has been knocked off. Barrels gone, entire fire piece gone. Oh, see torpedoes. They hit, but they don't do much damage. The Tillman fires an erratic volley. And unfortunately, it will seem that they will most likely miss. Maybe, I don't know. Most of them fall to the water. Others overshoot. Actually, one actually hit and dealt some considerable damage on this turret. More shells hit, more turrets damaged. That shell will hit. As you can see, like the turret turns back to protect its firing pieces. Power is 95%. More shells coming, but unfortunately most of them miss. Back. I think even all. One of them actually hits, but doesn't deal much damage. Tillman's done 92.2%. However, the Kairos has launched a rather highly inaccurate volley. Although one of the turrets actually hit it, shoot in the right direction. It's a lot of lag from all the, I don't know what, frag, I guess. More shells hit the Tillman, 90, dropping in 91.6% health. In fact, turret 4 has been completely destroyed, is completely crippled. Yeah, exactly. More erratic shells incoming, but more APS shells incoming. Some of them hit, most of them hit, but some actually land a hit on turret 2. It seems that like one of the yeah, the BATTLEFLEET decoy has been hit. What a confirmed hit on one of the turrets, but it doesn't seem to do much damage. I don't know who to focus right now. Is actually really close, I think, but most of the Tillman's firepower has been gone. The true volley is incoming, has been fired. This might actually hit. This might actually deal even bigger damage to the Tillman, since as parts of the internal starting to get exposed at this point. Yep, more. I hear more APS shots. Yep. Oh dear, that's a lot. Iris is the Tillman does whatever it can to retaliate. But the shots are becoming more and more erratic. The entire superstructure is gone. I'm not sure how it can detect. Maybe the turret has the detection systems. Maybe. Tillman has at 88.4% health, but Kairos is still steady at 94.6%. The crime shots unfortunately miss. Wait a second. A rather big volley from one of the turrets. It's only 4 shells, but it's heading towards the Kairos. Those shells are going to damage hit the Tillman, most of it, some of it at least. Okay, I got it. Unfortunately, those shells miss. Tillman is in a very sorry state. Meanwhile, there is 11 minutes 29 seconds left in the battle. Another turret is fired. I think, by the way, the rules aren't completely written, so yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it is valid. Yeah, psychological warfare is valid. Tillman's at 86.5% health. More seems that I see a lot of big chunks gone. Okay, I had to pause just to transition. Sorry. Okay, we're back. Another volley fire from the most undamaged turret, although that might change as more shells incoming. Oh dear. The previously undamaged cannons has been crippled. This is not looking good. I think these two turrets are unresponsive. These three turrets, I'm pretty sure, aren't able to fire anymore. Little shells hit. Oh, they do hit. I'm surprised. Two of them hit, but unfortunately that didn't do much damage. The Tillman has at 84% health now. 9 minutes 27 seconds left in the battle. Tillman's at 83.2% health. Goodbye. What do you mean, who? Okay, buddy, see you later. Oh, he's freaking scared, I guess. Oh. Oh dear. Oh, okay. Okay, it would seem that due to the exposure from the hole of the hull, some of the casemate guns have also started to fire from those holes. That's interesting. So it still counts as operational for now. Yeah, what a chat. However, it seems that all of his main armaments has been crippled. I see no crowd shells being launched anymore, as the Kairos just freely bombards the Tillman with erratic APS shots. Why are you mentioning yourself? Tillman's at 80.6% health. Somehow is still floating. Just work of the. You'll see that even despite the loophole, the Tillman. Oh, actually, those guns are actually operational. It was just the Kairos was a bit too far away. Let's see what this shell can actually do. 6 minutes 57 seconds left in the battle. 8? What do you mean? The Kairos gives me an idea. Have a local control disabled and a periodic timer. Retract with a piston. What? So instead of reacting to the message you want to react to the original message. This is 300 guns. What are you supposed to do with it? Okay, I only see like 2 more shells incoming from the Tillman now. So it's 78.4% health. Can you? Oh, look at Looking at this side, the Tillman doesn't look that damaged, minus missing superstructure. But look here, yeah, a lot of heavy armor being gone. That one's at 76.8% health. War shells are still, yeah. As time passes, more the shots from both sides are starting to become more erratic. Sanitary turrets already incoming fire. Retracting with a hull when they're reloading. Off down with a pistol. Volume of fire superiority. Oh, I like a spirit. I like a style. 4 minutes 30 seconds left in the battle. Get in a breadboard component that sends a signal when the gun has been reloaded. Oh, there is. But isn't there like a breadboard signal to make sure all the guns are reloaded? But Exabyte, what if the Blackout Corp completely eradicates your population? Oh, that shot barely misses the Kairos. Could have done significant damage, but unfortunately, no. Nope, it's not confirmed sunk yet. There is 3 minutes 10 seconds left on the battle. It can operate more like a counter for loaded guns counting cycle, but it can literally plug even 300 in the propulsion command. Bingu, I do not condone interstellar corporations. So yeah, you're gonna have to make your lore again. Song's over, but it's gonna repeat again anyway. Yeah, as soon as the shell hits water, it turns back towards the enemy. Spirit some Exabyte. The thing about Spirit, it loses as soon as person. The spirit dies as soon as the person is indoctrinated. Then the spirit dies. Well, Battlefleet Battle is interdimensional, so there's that. How else do you think I get you guys to fight in this tournament? How else? All right. Cut down the roleplay. Let's enjoy the tournament. "32 seconds left in the battle. Alright guys, stop with the lore. Sorry to sound edgy now. 15 seconds left in the battle. Battle ends in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and time is up. As the time has passed, we can see that Kairos absolutely raffle stomped Tillman, despite the Tillman's loop of using despite the fact that Tillman used the loophole to cover his broadsides with heavy armor. It wasn't enough to stop the shower of HE frag during input fed shells. During input fed shells, as Kairos survives with 93.4% health, while Tillman is at 70.7% health. Congratulations, Burka! You've just won a veteran. You just defeated a veteran of the Battlefleet Battle series. How does it feel to? He's not here, so unfortunately that would mean J.123, as valiant as his effort was, will be eliminated from the tournament. All right, Xavite, that's enough. Stop. That means now it's time to move to Battle 22, the semi-finals. The battle between Hugin and Cart 324. Yeah, Star Wars. What's going on over there? Who shall win? We can only find out after I prepare the battle. Oh really? What happened? I need to go to the toilet, guys. I'll be right back. Alright guys, I'm back. What I miss? Alright, let's load the battle. The battle should be ready. Yeah. So what you guys doing right now? I'm curious. Watching. Okay. All right. Battle is ready, and ready is the battle. This is going to be yet another APS versus Cram battle, because the APS side is on the left in the form of cartridge training force CNV Kumgang, and on the right is game, and on the right is a Cram power Hugin BFG. Who shall win, Cram or APS? Battle beginning in 3, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Begin. Both sides are moving in. It would seem that both sides have the same speed, it seems, for now. Kumgang is turning to the broadside, but BFG might have a little advantage there, since all of his weapons are focused on the front. Oh yeah, your rental period is over. Ah. Oh, see, Kumgang will be firing first. Unfortunately, the first volley misses. However, okay, no, not however. The BFG finally retaliates. Depends on how good the APS is. I think APS has a slight advantage generally. Does it? The first shells will miss, unfortunately, but nevertheless, the massive amount of crams from the premature detonation deals some damage on the Kumgang, but it's not enough. In fact, actually, not exactly not enough. In fact, because one of the barrels is cut short. For some reason, the Kumgang is turning head on towards the BFG, which is actually not a good idea. The BFG fires his second volley of triple doom shells. These shells are actually missed, but nevertheless, the detonation spread fragmentation all around, and the shockwave actually, the explosion actually dealt a lot of damage on the port side. We saw 2 of the secondary guns being blasted away. I don't see this torpedo fire just yet. In fact, I think even 3 of the main guns on turret 2 has been destroyed. The VFG is doing an excellent job keeping his well-armored prow towards the Kumgang. It's now reversing to maintain distance. There's a lot of lag. The game's starting to freeze now. Kind of hard to spectate. More shells incoming towards the Kumgang. Both sides are equal in health. The bow is getting chipped up bit by bit. Let's see where the shells will land. 1 is a direct hit. Second and 2 is a direct hit. 3 is a direct hit. Just like that, turret 3 is down for the count, and turret 2 is down for the count as well. That means like 40% of the main armor and firepower of the Kumgang is destroyed. Dropping Kumgang's health to 84%. This is a very serious blow dealt to the Kumgang. Whoever wins here was gonna advance to the grand final, while whoever loses here will be fighting Burka. It seems that the the cram Tetris has finally started to take damage, but it shouldn't be any issue for the BFG, as even despite all the damage on the components, the gun is known to fire pretty decently. However, the fire is starting to get a little bit erratic now, it seems. These shells might score a few direct hits on the ship. One direct hit, and there goes one of the secondary guns. Another all three direct hits that absolutely cored the keel. Dropping Kumgan's health to 78, 77%. In fact, turret 3 has been destroyed. There's only 2 remaining turrets left. It literally became French ship right now. Tier 10 the République. Yeah. In fact, even the engine has taken a lot of damage. The cooling might be screwed up. The engine will have a higher chance of overheating. DFG still has, say, 93.5% health. Hey, Kerosene, welcome to stream, buddy. Welcome. Yeah, it's the last of the realistic gang. More shells coming from the BFG. Seems that these shells will miss, but it will detonate. It'll still damage the Gungang one way or one of the scores direct hit. Much of the cram Tetris, and just like a turret 5 has been destroyed, there's only one main turret left on the Gungang. It is not looking good for the Cart 324 ship right now. VFG, meanwhile, is slowly inching towards the retreating Gungang. However, the Gungang still can bite, but a little less now. I think these are the most powerful cram shells in the tournament, if I remember correctly. Detonates, another detonate. One direct hit, but unfortunately that dealt minimum damage. The last remaining main turret is doing whatever it can. The torpedo turret is active. I haven't seen it launch any torpedoes yet. Is it? Has anybody seen that thing launch torpedoes? Or is it damaged? BFG still at 92.6% health. It seems that the central gun is firing a bit faster than the ones at the side. It seems that the explosion of that's a massive hit on the superstructure. The conning tower goes down. The bridge is the back of the bridge is exposed. There's a massive hit on the keel below the waterline. Because who needs captain? Control the ship. That's right. Democracy. More shells incoming from the BFG. Should we see the damage of the BFG? That one detonated right below the keel. It's like a death charge almost. These fragments are. Through this tournament, I think I've started to realize that I've actually underestimated fragments. Meanwhile, the damage on the Kumgang, this side is not having a good day. We can start to see the Polish tied up on the prow here. This side, not so much. Wait, could there be ammo? I think there was ammo here. No, hot. Boy, what's wrong? Not exactly. Not exactly. But just before the tournament deadline. When I decided to use, that's when I decided to experiment with cram frag. Frag cram. Wow, Kumgang is like 65.4%. There's a massive hole in where the super. There's a massive hole here now. Kumgang is not in a good state. What have I gone yet? Yeah, you were eliminated. Hello, WTSP. You're really late into the tournament. We're in the semifinals right now. BFG had 91.1% health. It was a valiant effort though. Although to be honest, the main reason why you got eliminated was sinking. J-Dog 123. Burka and J-Dog 123. Why redacted? BMG is at 90.6. Kumgang is 64.6% health. Meanwhile, according to the timer, there's 9 minutes 33 seconds left in the battle. Just get to the point, Pingu. The roof of the bridge is exposed as well too. I just noticed. That's one extra secondary gun destroyed. That's the last of the smokestack gone. All that's left is the bridge. Fine, just get on with it. Ugh. Oh, I'm surprised. Even despite that, despite the roof of this turret is white, has been opened like a can of sardines, still able to fire. Don't be surprised. No, all 3 guns are fine. I like that secondary gun. Yeah, Pensacola. Why did I keep saying Cleveland? It was Pensacola. I said it was Cleveland. I'm a moron. Oh, that's a big hit. Yeah, this ship is about to be cut in half. A lucky shot here might even split the ship in 2. Kumgang is at 57% health. BFG has finally gotten below 90% health. I need to fix the sinking problem like I tried to. It ended up just going good enough. Yeah, another fire from the BFG. Yeah, it's firing even more erratically now. For some reason. And Kumgang has gotten below 55% health. And it's confirmed 2 damage. It is 2... I mean, it was 2 damaged in the first place anyway. Look at all the damage. It's just barely hanging on. The Hobbs are barely hanging on to each other. And as the captain orders abandon ship. And just like that, the battle is over. With 7 minutes 15 seconds left in the battle, the Kumgang has been annihilated by the BFG, which means BFG will be advancing to the grand finals. While unfortunately, Card 324 will have a second chance in the last battle of the losers round 6. Congratulations, Hugin. Oh crap! I screwed up. There we go. Okay, now it's time for losers round 6. Card 324 versus Burka. Is the battle of the APS, the magazine fed, or the DIF? Now please stand by as I prepare for the next battle. That's not enough for your standards. I think all you do is just deck it with super heavy armor. Not just HA, super heavy armor. Oh. You're quite easily modded in. Well, yeah. Just copy paste the heavy armor, increase the stat tenfold, bam, super heavy armor. Alright, the battle is ready. Because this is losers bracket round 6. It's the final battle just before grand finals. Whoever wins here, either way, whoever wins here is gonna have his revenge, have his last attempt in his revenge against the mighty BFG by Hugin. Who shall be able to get his revenge? Will it be CNV Kumgang by Card 324 on the left side, or the Burka, or the Burka's Kairos of the right side? The battle shall begin in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Begin. Battle begins. The Kairos is the first to turn. Prepare to engage. Kumgang is moving headlong into his opponent. I don't see any fire being exchanged just yet. These are the Kairos will be the first to fire. The Kumgang is finally turning turrets and all available guns firing. Shells incoming towards the Kumgang. Hits and hits. But damage is quite minimal, 99.4%. Kairos is at 99.8. Both ships are using APS, so they will be they both have advantage of accuracy. Unfortunately, the Kumgang loses his third turret. However, the fifth turret 5 has lost majority of his guns, but is still there. Kairos at 99.1%. Yeah, it does. Yeah, but the Kairos has the volume of fire superiority. Oh dear, it seems that turret 4 has lost its mimics. And it's completely destroyed as well. Insult to injury. Torpedoes are incoming from the Kairos. Seems that unfortunately the Kungan might have done the same, but if the torpedo turret was still standing, Kungan's at 89.1%, Kairos at 98.3%. These shells, they're hitting, right? Doomguy's at 88.9%, Kairos at 97.9%. The damage is very minimal on the Kairos due to its function of speed. Aren't Doom Crimes actually pretty easy to be intercepted? Just asking. Shell, a big volley is fired, and I thought a spinning cram barrel reload was funny. When you look from afar, the HE looks, look, it's HE frag, right? But if I look from far away, it turns blue. So it looks like AP frag from afar. Those shells are hitting dangerously close to turrets 1 and 2, but the turrets are functional for now. The we finally see torpedoes launched for the Kungang, 2 of them in fact, but I'm not sure, will they be able to do anything significant? Power's at 96.1% health. Kungan's at 88.1. It has been maintaining this for some time. Kairos has lost some health from friendly fire, it seems. I think. Both sides have gone out of range, it seems. Yeah, both ships have gone out of range. We're gonna have to turn back to be able to engage again. So it seems that the Kairos has launched its torpedo to around range and is slowly edging itself towards the Gungang. The propulsion system of Kungung is healthy for now, but it could change. Those torpedoes did hit. One at the prow, one at the stern, but the damage is... No, actually, it was some damage, I guess. Alright, all ships have now in firing range and have begun opening fire once again. The massive HE frag volleys incoming. Kungung has taken even more serious damage now. Turret 1 has taken the internal damage, but it seems that it's not exactly fine. Turret 2 is completely crippled at this point. Meanwhile, 11 minutes 14 seconds left for the battle. Kungung is at 83.2%. Cairo is still at 95.3%. More torpedoes incoming. The torpedo launcher on the Kungung is not turning for some reason. Either its local weapon controller is destroyed, or I don't know what's going on over there. Torpedo's gonna hit the bow, dangerously close to turret 1. Another hits there. No significant damage. More HE frag shells incoming. This time, it knocks off a barrel on turret 2 as if it was already on damage, but it's still functional. I can see shells coming out of it. The bridge is absolutely shaved off. The conning tower is absolutely shaved off. I'm surprised the smokestack is still there, but its detection systems are gone. The crew are gonna have to reallocate the chain of command somehow. Take a look at the Kairos while we're at it. Let's pause the game, so I can speed up. Alright. Assessing the damage on the Kairos. There are some damages here and there, as you can see on this turret, but this turret, some of his guns are gone. Here, this one has his stern sight. There's ammunition behind the turrets. That's new. You know, the atmosphere somehow with fresh, refined air. Are they out of range? No, they're not. Okay. Oh, it is firing. I mean, even the damaged guns are still firing. Okay, here comes the extra firepower. Oh, that's a big... Those are clean shots. Although those missed. These one will hit. Yep. Kungung is now at drop to 72.8% health. As both of his main both turrets 1 and 2 are knocked off. All that's remaining is this fifth turret, but is completely crippled, aka all of his firepower of the Kungang is considered lost. Let's see if it fires, still fires. If it doesn't, it will be counted as eliminated. So you're telling me that turrets have ammo in the back. That means that presenting his ammo each time shows. Yeah, I think. You know, DI primers for now. ERA. Oh yeah, ERA is a thing. No, in fact, this turret is still operational, so it is still in the battle. This ship literally looks like as soon as it left the shipyard. You know, like you know, whenever a ship is christened in, it sometimes doesn't have a superstructure. It doesn't have turrets. It reminds me of that for some reason. Yeah, dry dock. Yeah, thanks. It's gonna be on 72.8%. Timer 6 minutes 38 seconds left. Kairos 95.1%. I'm not sure if the Kungang can still attack. I haven't. This turret is still operational. This torpedo turret is too, but I haven't seen it on fire. Launch. Scrape. The ship looks like it's just struck by a meteor. If it was struck by a meteor, shouldn't it be just split in half? More shells incoming. Is it? Yeah, it's. Yeah, it is gonna hit. Okay. But most of it go into the water, and they actually all of them missed. Are these already out of range? I don't know what's going on. Kairos. Four minutes 22 seconds left in the battle. Okay, there are some gunfires coming from the Kairos, so they are still in range. Did it just fire? Was that a hit? Oh no. Does the Kairos even steer? It does, but yeah, I haven't. Yeah, I don't know what the Kairos is trying to do right now. Yeah, I think they're out of range now. 3 minutes 7 seconds left in the battle. It takes its time. Ah, actually no, someone is firing. That was just a function to have the camera automatically move to the middle of the entire battle, so both ships can be visible. You know, like Super Smash Brothers. Where even are we? Two minutes 12 seconds left in the battle. As you can see, it is steering. 1 minute 18 seconds left in the battle. Starting to get boring now. Starting the wild goose chase. Oh, chills. Uh, 37 seconds left in the battle. Battle ends in 25 seconds. 20 seconds. Nine, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and time is up. Assessing the damage of the Kairos. Thanks to its massive volley fire of HE frag, which showered shells of the Kumgang and essentially crippling his main firepower bit by bit. Kairos will be advancing towards the grand finals, where Burka will have his final revenge against Hugin. And unfortunately, that would mean Card 324, as valiant as his efforts may have been, will be eliminated. Marking him essentially, I think, the third place. I don't remember. I'll have to check. Third. So congratulations for both of you. It was a valiant effort. Hold on. Now let's show them this. Oh wait, that's a golden retrievers. Sorry, I like dogs. Now let's see. Burka. Okay, that leaves one battle left. Battle 24, the grand finals. Hugin versus Burka. The victor shall be decided after intermission. So, grand finals. What do you guys think of this stream time? Is it better than the 8:30 p.m. or what? It wasn't 8 a.m. for me. Oh, okay. I guess not so much. I'm actually watching it, but can't chat. Oh, I see. I guess everybody's busy, so I can't say. I have no say on this, but hey. All right, battle is ready. They first fought in battle 8, and they meet again in battle 24 in the grand finals. Because on the left side, we have Hugin's BFG, the master of crams. And on the right side, we have the Kairos by Burka, the epitome of jerk input feed advanced projectile system combat. How shall this battle fall? Will this BFG's example of how Doomcraft shall prevail, or will it be the ultimate revenge for the Kairos? That crams are not always the answer. Take your votes, everyone. Actually, no. It's now. Not exactly, but hold on. Battle shall begin after I set the music. God damn it. What a way to break the mood, right? Crimes are always the answer, just a different one. Battle shall begin in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Begin. Both ships are. BFG might have the speed advantage for now, but BFG speed advantage. Kairos may have the advantage of spraying its enemies with HE frag, but BFG. Keep in mind, the BFG is a front-sider with a ton of armor at the prow, and 3 absolutely massive cannons at the stern. Yeah, none of the ships are in range just yet. The Kairos is the first to fire from his two turrets. The BFG is still charging towards the enemy. Guns not raised just yet. First volleys hit the prow. Fragments spread towards the rest of the ship. More salvos incoming. The BFG finally open fires. There is some damage on the Crown Tender as armor is taking some hits. But the guns are just fine. Actually, gun 3 has barrel chopped off, but it should be able to function. I'll bite a little bit lacklusterly. What am I saying? Let's pause. No, don't pause. We're seeing this battle to the fullest. More shells incoming towards the BFG. The BFG has fired a shot. Where shall it hit? More shots hit the BFG. BFG at 97.989%, and it's still going down. Kairos at 99.9%. Must not be friendly fire. BFG still taking more hits. Explosions riddle the BFG. Hits confirmed. There is one direct hit, but the rest impact water and detonate, spreading fragments all over the area. There's some suitable there's some considerable damage at this part of the hull. A few gun barrels are chopped off. Let's assess the damage of the BFG. Unfortunately, the Kairos has fired his first volley. It's going to take some time to reload. The BFG will have to keep its distance and continue to attack. Torpedoes incoming from the Kairos. Keep forgetting those. Cram's coming. Another cram shot. Confirmed hit just near the barrel. Cram Tetris damage. For now, the Kairos will have to constantly stay away from the BFG as long as possible, and wait for the Apex load and launch his torpedoes as his only means of attack for now. The shells detonate near the ship. Explosions near it. That one actually somewhat damages the decoy, but no significant damage, unfortunately. There are some parts of the hull damaged. What is this? The Kairos, due to an error, commits friendly fire and damages this turret almost severely. More shells incoming towards the BFG. The prow of the BFG has been caved in. The poles are exposed. They're free to go. They gotta find a way back to Poland. But in fact, let's see. Cram shots fired. Excuse me. Will these shells hit? Kairos at 96.5%, while BFG at 95.9%. Kairos is just ahead, barely ahead by literally 1%. Unfortunately, shells detonate a bit too early. Oh, there must have been a direct hit. In fact, there are autoloaders. In fact, there are a few. Okay, I guess there aren't exactly direct feeders. Power is 96.3%. Torpedoes incoming towards the BFG. Another foul salvo launch from the Kairos. This is a big one. Unfortunately, these ones barely miss. Actually, yeah, they all missed. Unfortunately, although I see pieces, but that's mostly due from the torpedo. Hey, Monkey Lizard. Hey, Monkey Lizard. Welcome back, buddy. The power of stuttering is strong. I stopped finish my dinner while watching your commenting. Is it that bad? These shells will they be able to hit the ship? No, unfortunately, they narrowly miss. The fragments will have to deal with damage for now. Unfortunately, there actually was only 2 rubber cylinders. I'm hungry. I gotta get myself something to eat after this tournament. I just heard a wild goose chase all of a sudden. More shots coming from the BFG. I'm sorry, from the Kairos and the BFG. But unfortunately, it seems that Kairos is starting to fire a bit more erratically. Although a few shells might hit, nevertheless. Been here at Twitch for 3 hours ago, and it's dinner sorted. What? Been here at Twitch 3 hours ago. Okay, so when I started stream, well, while I was eating dinner, sort my units for error checking. Oh, there's actually direct hit. Finally, a confirmed direct hit. I think there's multiple direct hits. I think, or that's from the same explosion. Confirmed hit, and it will seem that this turret has taken damage. You think? Torpedoes are being launched in retaliation. The battle started from here, and now it's here. BFG is at 95%, while Kairos at 94.7%. The Kairos has lost its health advantage. The BFG launches another salvo. I think that was a direct hit. The ship is still. Kairos has gotten from 94%, 80% from that single hit. Indeed, the turret has been knocked off. It's not looking good for the Kairos at all. That was another direct hit, or maybe it was friendly fire. Another volley is fired. Unfortunate. Will this be able to hit? No, unfortunately, I don't think it does. Yeah, it's not gonna hit. Ah, that's a shame. Seems like the detection system got screwed up, which is a big shame. That volley could have made a difference. Fortunately, with that miss, the BFG will fire another cram volley. Fortunately, these one will miss. And the frags will deal with the rest. Oh, actually, one was that a direct hit? No, that was from an explosion. Another erratic fire. Fortunately, those shells will miss as well. The torpedoes are gonna have to make do. Oh, that's actually a lot of the cram Tetris gone from a torpedo. That torpedo knocked off. Wonder where it hit. Unfortunately, that was a lot of shells missed. That was very close, in fact. Yeah, my throat. Oh, that's a direct hit on a pleat decoy. That's another direct hit from Ricochet. and the Kairos goes down to 86% health. And that's a big hole. Not exactly big, but that's a big dent in the armor. Can you call it a dent? Meanwhile, there are 7 minutes 51 seconds left in the battle. Is the Kairos using single block alloy block? Is it? I think so. Okay, the Kairos has fired another shot, and these might just hit. But unfortunately, the BFG is thought the same. Fortunately, only if they all missed. They all missed. Want to see? Want to check it out? Here. I think they're 4 block. I don't. Oh, that wasn't a direct hit. Yeah, that was direct hit directly. That was direct hit on a turret, I think. But that didn't. Oh, actually, I think that was a air burst. I don't know what happened. Nevertheless, BFG at 93.2% health, mostly done by the torpedoes. Kairos at 86.1% health. Is still running away. Who in the right mind will use blocks? Let's be honest. Other than a filler, I don't see the use of them. More crown shells incoming from the BFG. The remaining function, I think the turrets, yeah. I think the turrets aren't functioning because the local weapon controller got hit. That was a direct hit. No, actually that looked more like an air burst. What did it look like to you? It's like, actually no, I think it hit this part. Another direct hit. The Kairos is starting to take more and more hits, more direct hits. Before you see mostly air bursts, but now yet another direct hit, and that means yet another turret of the Kairos has been destroyed. Was that a friendly fire? Yeah, the Kairos is starting to shoot at random location. Not exactly random. These might hit pretty close. More gunfire. Hits. Finally confirmed hits on a BFG, but unfortunately they don't do much. However, it seems that these shells are not gonna hit, are not hitting anywhere near the Kairos. Kairos at 81.8% health, while BFG at 93. There is 4 minutes 30 seconds left in the battle, on the final battle. Will the shell hit? Nope, never mind. Whoa, spoke too soon. Kairos retaliates with his remaining weaponry that can actually face the enemy. The shell ricochets and it hits somewhere between those two turrets. That's a good hit. Are those ricochets intentional? Do these not have inertial fuses? There's something of damage. All the guns are functioning. Was that a direct hit? Yeah, I think that was air burst. Meanwhile, there is 3 minutes left in the battle. Kairos has 79.1% health. War crime shells incoming. I will start looking from far now. Honestly, I would ban DI primaries on all front-siders. Why? That was a proximity hit. Nevertheless, that did some damage. This part's looking kind of precarious. If there's another hit there, that could mean the prow of the ship will be chopped off. That shell misses. All you need to do is kill the BFGs hitting 3 guns with high arcing guns. Yeah. Or somehow outflank the BFG. As a direct hit, one of the turret, yet another turret goes down. Why do I constantly ban anything that you don't like? Me? Or who? The more you limit you have, the more it seems. Exactly. That is not the theme. That is violating the core ideals of Battlefield Battle. Creativity. Creative designs under the rules. You're not gonna like Project Einstein then. Einstein. That's an explosive hit. I keep hearing gun reloading sounds, turret reloading sounds. And time was over. That's it. That's it. With 95% health remaining for the VFG and 74.1% left on the Kairos, as much as the direct infiltrated APS guns did whatever it can to stop the VFG prevailed and rained doomcram hell in the Kairos. That leaves BFG and AKA its creator Hugin, the victor of Battlefleet Battle Operation TITANOMAChy. Congratulations, Hugin. If you're in my Discord, you'll be rewarded with the you will be rewarded with a special role in the tournament in my Discord channel. And unfortunately, not me, Kairos will be receiving the silver medal. Congratulations for everybody who participated. Give yourself all of the pat in the back. Your efforts were all valiant. Congratulations for every single one of you. It was a very epic battle to see giants dueling with each other. Interesting designs indeed. Congratulations for all as usual. I don't have a closing meant. So that means I am going to have, with the end of the tournament, I'm going to end the stream here. So to recap what we did today, we finally finished our Battlefield Battle Operation TITANOMAChy, which means we finished Battle 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, and finally 24, with Hugin's BFG standing on top. And Burka at second place, and Cart 324 at third place. Tomorrow we're gonna get back to our original program in front of this building, but we're gonna finally resume building for my custom campaign. At this point, because I'm requesting you guys to help for your help. So yes, So I'll see you tomorrow. Anyways, if you guys like what I'm doing, consider giving me a follow on Twitter, Twitch, and be sure to join my Discord if you want to chat along with other people in our community. And if you're from YouTube, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, for they're all crucial contributions to our channel. I would like to thank you all for watching, and see you all tomorrow at UTC+9, 8:30 p.m. Goodbye. And also, Monkey, about the reward. I don't know what else am I supposed to reward you. The reason why the reward is not monetary is because, you know, it's gonna get really salty, and every discovery or loophole, people are gonna get even more mad. I don't want that. And besides, this was a friendly battle too. Anyway, see you tomorrow. So yeah, Hugin, if you're part of my Discord, I'll give you the rule. Be sure to join my Discord if you want a little rule, okay?